Hey everybody, it's Bo Beery. I'm a multifamily broker in the Florida region, and this video is all about how to create passive income through multifamily while you sleep. Let's go! Now, if you don't know who Graham Stephan, Grant Cardone, and Robert Kiyosaki are, you may have been living under a rock. Now, besides each of them having huge YouTube channels, they're all massively popular entrepreneurs that all have one thing in common. They all own multifamily investments. Now, links to their YouTube channels are down in the description below, and I highly encourage you to subscribe to their channels. They all chose multifamily because numerous studies have shown that when compared to office, retail, hotel, industrial, multifamily has had the highest average returns per year over the last 25 years with the lowest volatility. Here are 10 reasons why Graham, Grant, and Robert each invest in multifamily for passive income. Number one, we need 300,000 units to be built through the year 2030 just to keep up with demand. What? Number two, multifamily was the first asset class to recover in the 2008 crisis and has been largely immune during the COVID pandemic, which cannot be said about office, retail, and hotels. Number three, 96% of multifamily investments are owned by US investors. And of that, 70% are owned by private companies like me, you, Graham, Grant, Robert, so plenty of opportunity. Number four, the liquidity in multifamily is the best among all the asset classes because it's so sought after. You can sell a multifamily investment in under 120 days from the start of marketing all the way to closing. And if you hire me, I'll do it even quicker and get you multiple offers. Number five, for the US millennial population, which is ages 22 to 37, renting is now the most common form of housing, and that's a big population. Number six, multifamily is way easier to re-lease to a new tenant when they move out, and it costs way less to make the unit ready for the next tenant than any other commercial real estate asset. Number seven, rising land and construction costs have driven up the price of homes, not to mention the higher credit standards now that banks are looking for, and having to put down the down payment has become very prohibitive, especially after having to pay back student loans. Number eight, the income risk is so much less in multifamily because you have so many tenants, all with different jobs in different industries, which is a big advantage over any commercial real estate investments. Think about it. Would you rather own an office building that has one tenant in it paying you $300,000 a year in rent and they go out of business because maybe that industry's not doing well? Or would you rather have 25 apartment tenants that are in 25 different industries, each paying you $1,000 a month? You see? Number nine, the debt availability is the best in multifamily, especially if you're working with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, or FHA. Typically, you can get better loan to values, better rates, better amortization periods, and lower debt coverage ratios that you have to cover. Number 10, you can increase rent annually and at whatever increase the market will bear. Unless you're an investor in New York, in which case, New York guys, give me a call, let's do some buying in Florida. Heck, there are even revenue management systems in multifamily that allow you to increase rents daily. In other commercial real estate assets, you're stuck at a predefined rent for years into the future. Now listen, while multifamily is considered a passive income, the reality is it requires a lot of your time to research the market, the property, get equity, find debt, manage people, manage the assets itself. Generally speaking, the more passive the real estate investment is, in other words, the more hands-off you are, the lower the returns are because the risk and your time involvement is less. For instance, if you were buying a CVS investment and they were paying you on a triple net schedule, which means that CVS is basically just paying you a base rent and they're taking care of taxes, they're paying the insurance, they're mowing the lawn, they're handling the repairs and maintenance. So you as the landlord do nothing except walk out to the mailbox, you open the mailbox, and you collect a check from the mailbox. The returns are typically less in this type of investment than multifamily because your risk is less. CVS is probably going to pay their rent and your involvement is less. So while multifamily isn't completely passive, you do get handsomely rewarded for the efforts you put in, which is why Stephan, Grant Cardone, and Robert Kiyosaki buy lots of it. Thanks for taking a listen, and be sure you take a look at one of these other videos right over here. Give me a like down below, give me some comments, most importantly, give me a subscribe. See you guys on the next one.